Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining today's session. We are completing K&G Career Academy's anti-harassment and anti-discrimination training. This program is based on both federal protections, including Title VII and EEOC guidelines, and New Jersey's law against discrimination, one of the strongest anti-discrimination laws in the nation. Our goal today is simple but incredibly important: to make sure every employee understands exactly what harassment is, how to prevent it, what rights and protections you have, and what the proper reporting process looks like. Most importantly, you should walk away knowing what to expect from the Academy if you ever raise a concern. This training exists to support a safe, respectful, and inclusive environment for all employees and students. Two major legal systems protect you from harassment and discrimination. At the federal level, Title VII prohibits harassment based on race, color, religion, sex, including pregnancy, sexual orientation, and gender identity, as well as national origin. These rights are enforced by the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, or EEOC. At the state level, New Jersey's law against discrimination, known as LAD, provides even broader protections. In addition to the federal categories, New Jersey also protects against discrimination based on traits like gender identity or expression, disability, marital or familial status, and even liability for military service. Both federal and state laws make it clear that harassment, discrimination, and retaliation are illegal, period. Let's talk about what harassment actually is. Harassment refers to unwelcome behavior that is connected to a protected characteristic and is either severe or pervasive. Severe means a single serious incident, something extreme enough to violate policy on its own. Pervasive means repeated or ongoing behavior that creates a hostile work environment. Harassment can take many forms: verbal statements, physical actions, written messages, electronic communication, or visual materials. And it can come from anyone: coworkers, supervisors, managers, students, clients, vendors, or contractors. It can occur in person, online, through text, or even outside normal work hours. The key element is whether the behavior is unwelcome and connected to a protected characteristic. Harassment becomes unlawful when it is tied to a protected characteristic. These are personal traits that federal and state laws safeguard. They include race, color, religion, national origin, ancestry, and nationality. They also include sex, gender, sexual orientation, gender identity or expression, pregnancy, breastfeeding, and childbirth-related conditions. Age, disability, both physical and mental, marital status, familial status, and veteran or military service status are also protected. New Jersey law has even broader protections, so if you are ever unsure whether a characteristic is covered, Human Resources can help guide you. If misconduct relates to any of these traits, it must be taken seriously and reported immediately. There are two primary types of harassment. The first is a hostile work environment, which occurs when unwelcome conduct becomes severe or pervasive enough to make the workplace intimidating, offensive, or abusive. Examples include slurs, insults, sexual jokes, unwanted touching, repeated comments, offensive images, or repeated messages after someone has asked you to stop. The second type is quid pro quo harassment, which translates to this for that. This occurs when a person in authority, or someone trying to exercise influence, requests or implies that an employee must provide personal, romantic, or sexual cooperation in exchange for work-related benefits, such as better hours, assignments, or opportunities. Both forms are strictly prohibited and will be addressed immediately if reported. Harassment can show up in many real-world ways. It might involve jokes about someone's race, accent, disability, age, or gender identity. It can look like commenting on someone's body, unwanted touching, repeatedly asking someone out after they've said no, or sending sexual or vulgar images. It may also involve displaying derogatory posters or screensavers, using slurs or offensive nicknames, mocking someone's religious practices, or deliberately misgendering someone. Harassment can even take place through texts, emails, or social media platforms. It's also important to remember that intent does not erase impact. Even if someone claims they were just joking, the effect of the behavior is what matters. Let's walk through a few scenarios to help clarify how these situations might appear in the workplace. In the first scenario, a coworker repeatedly comments on another employee's body even after being asked to stop. Yes, this is harassment. In the second scenario, a group chat includes sexual memes, and one person feels uncomfortable but pressured to participate. this still counts. Participation pressure does not make the behavior acceptable. In the third scenario, a student makes racist or sexist comments toward an employee and management does nothing. The employer is responsible for protecting employees from harassment by students as well. And in the final scenario, someone experiences a single extreme incident, such as a threat or unwanted touching. A single severe event can absolutely count as harassment. Every employee plays a role in maintaining a respectful workplace. You are responsible for treating colleagues, students, and clients with professionalism at all times. This means avoiding jokes or comments about protected traits and not sharing offensive content through email, text, or social media. You should also speak up or report when something feels inappropriate or crosses a line. If you witness harassment, being a supportive bystander can make a significant difference. And when an investigation occurs, honesty and cooperation are essential. Finally, it is critical that you never retaliate against someone who reports a concern or participates in an investigation. Retaliation is a very serious violation. If you experience harassment or witness it happening to someone else, you are expected to report it. There are several ways to do this internally. You may contact the Human Resources Department directly. Supervisors are required to forward reports to HR immediately. When reporting, include as much detail as possible: what happened, who was involved, when and where it occurred, who witnessed it, and any supporting evidence such as screenshots or messages. The more information provided, the easier it is for HR to respond appropriately. After you make a report, several steps take place. HR will acknowledge your complaint and begin a prompt, neutral, and thorough investigation. This may include interviewing the people involved, speaking with witnesses, and reviewing any available evidence such as emails, texts, or camera footage. Based on the facts, HR will determine what corrective action is needed. You will receive follow-up to confirm that the situation has been addressed and that the behavior has stopped. Confidentiality is handled with great care. While complete confidentiality cannot be guaranteed, information is shared only on a need-to-know basis to ensure an effective and fair investigation. In addition to reporting internally, you have the right to bring concerns to outside agencies at any time. The New Jersey Division on Civil Rights investigates harassment and discrimination under the LAD, and the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission handles complaints under federal law. You may report internally, externally, or both, whatever you feel is appropriate. The choice is completely yours. Retaliation is illegal under both federal and state law. This includes any negative action taken against someone for reporting harassment, participating in an investigation, or supporting another employee's report. Retaliation can take many forms, such as demotion, firing, schedule changes, reduced hours, threats, intimidation, exclusion from meetings, or hostility. Even subtle actions, like isolating someone or bad-mouthing them, can count. If you ever feel you are being retaliated against, report it immediately. The Academy takes retaliation as seriously as the original complaint. Being a bystander gives you power to help prevent harmful situations. You're not required to confront anyone directly, but you do have options. You can gently interrupt the behavior by redirecting the conversation, or create a distraction to remove the person being targeted from the situation. You can also check in with the affected employee afterward to make sure they're okay. And of course, one of the most effective steps you can take is to report what you witnessed. Everyone contributes to building a safe, supportive workplace culture. If something concerning happens, it's important to document it while the details are still fresh. Make note of the date, time, and location, along with exactly what was said or done. Write down who else witnessed the incident and keep any screenshots, texts, or emails. HR maintains secure, confidential investigation records, and clear documentation helps ensure that concerns are addressed accurately and thoroughly. Let's go over a few common questions that employees often ask. First, what if you're not sure whether something counts as harassment? The answer is, report it. HR is here to evaluate concerns, even if you're uncertain. Another question is what to do if a customer or client is the one behaving inappropriately. You are still protected, and the Academy will intervene. If something happens outside of work, you should still report it if it affects your ability to work or creates tension in the workplace. People sometimes wonder whether they should report an issue if the other person apologizes. An apology does not erase the impact of the behavior, and reporting may still be appropriate. And finally, even if a complaint cannot be fully proven, you are protected from retaliation as long as you made the report in good faith. As we near the end of our training, remember that the Academy is deeply committed to maintaining a workplace that is free from harassment, discrimination, and retaliation. Every employee deserves to feel respected, valued, and safe at work. This commitment is shared by everyone in the organization, and maintaining that culture requires ongoing awareness and accountability. To finalize your participation in today's training, there are 2 final steps. First, you'll be asked to sign the training acknowledgement form, confirming that you've completed this session and understand your responsibilities. Second, you'll complete a brief 10-question quiz to ensure that the key concepts from today's training are clear. These steps help reinforce your understanding and support the Academy's commitment to a safe and respectful workplace for all. Let's get started.